Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Should You Take That Case Expert Witness Edition. Usually, the goal of our show is to be a resource for legal professionals who pursue medical or medically related cases by sharing their experiences and insights with attorneys as our guests. But today, it's all about experts, consulting experts, testifying experts, and how you know, expert witnesses are definitely a vital part of the litigation team. I am your host, Lisa Wade, legal nurse consultant and owner of Wade Nurse Consultants. And today we are going to talk to Kimmara Jackson, legal nurse consultant. Now, before we bring Kimmara out, I'm just encouraging all of you to uh, scoot over to the comments. If you're catching us live or catching us on the replay, just scoot over there and chime in and give us an A if you're an attorney, a P if you're a paralegal, or an E if you are any other kind of expert or expert witness so we can see you and say hello and welcome you here. But I'd like to thank all of you for taking very precious time out of your very busy days to be with us and listen to us today. And now it is time to introduce our guest. Today we have Kimmara Jackson, registered nurse and founder of Concierge Legal Nurse Consultants. She has been a registered nurse since 2002 and has brought her medical knowledge and expertise to the legal arena by helping attorneys recover more, win more, do more. Kimmara is also an author. She has published one book offering insight to nurses that are facing job loss. She runs the blog on the Concierge Legal Nurse Consultants website with weekly updates like Medical Terminology Mondays, and is set to release her second book this fall on nurse entrepreneurship. So let's dive in and learn more about Kimmara. Let me bring her out. There you are, Kimmara.
Good
Welcome,
morning.
welcome.
Hi.
Well, I won't ask, well, maybe I will ask, how's the weather out there?
Hot and humid already.
Oh boy, you're not alone, definitely. So I'm so glad you're with us today, and it's time to learn more about you. Tell us about your nursing background and how you got started in legal nurse consulting. Share with us.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on this morning. And how I got started in nursing was back in 2002. I graduated from nursing school, started as a NICU nurse, and then was a travel nurse for a while. Started doing some other parts of nursing outside of NICU, doing workers' compensation, running a family practice clinic, working OB, labor and delivery. So I've done a lot of things: wound care, home health. I've even worked in with the geriatric population. So from the pregnant ladies on through to people who are on hospice, you name it, I've just about done it over the course of my career.
Mhm.
Spend a lot of time doing chart reviews, and I still do a lot of chart reviews. That's a daily thing, is doing the chart reviews. And so that's where I'm at. And how I got into legal nurse consulting is I started to hear about it online and amongst my colleagues, and I started to read books about it, and thought this is a great way for me to share this wealth of knowledge that I have, because lay people and attorneys are lay people when it comes to the medical field. They're the professionals and the experts at the legal piece, but that medical piece, sometimes lay people there are things that they may not understand, and or they have a more of a difficult time finding that research, because medical research, if you don't know how to do it, then you have a harder time finding what you need and finding the current information. I myself have taken a legal nurse consulting certificate course and had to learn about legal research, which is a whole different ball game than medical research. So I see we need each other. So
Well, it sounds like you have had varied experience that would be beneficial to an attorney.
yes, yes, very robust experience. Yes.
All right. Well, tell us some of the ways you help attorneys with medical records. What sets you apart from maybe the firm's paralegal or legal secretary?
Okay. So what I do is I can take a case and review that chart and know what possibly could be missing from that chart. Sometimes I'll use an example. I've reviewed a chart, and in that chart, nurses were taught in nursing school not to put in that in the chart that you completed an incident report. Well, that's missing nowadays in some of the nursing education. And so I've reviewed a chart where that was actually in the chart, and the chart is a legal document. So once that's out there, that door is open for me to go back to the paralegal or the legal secretary and ask them, would they request from the hospital or the clinic or wherever that incident report, so we can see what the root cause analysis was for that particular incident. That may be very well something that will help that attorney recover more for that client that they have, or even to settle before that case even goes to trial. So I do things like that. I work side by side with not only the attorney, but also with the attorney's team. And concierge, how I came up with the name for the company, is that we offer services, on the fly, essentially. I mean, if an attorney is at the courthouse and they have a question, they can hop on the phone or hop on a text or a call or, whatever, an email, and they can get answers pretty much in real time.
Yeah, it sounds very convenient, and it sounds like they can reach out and grab you and get quick questions answered quickly.
Yes, kind of like a concierge when you go on vacation and you show up at the concierge desk and you're like, I have a question, where's the best place to eat? They can reach out to my team and I, and ask those questions, because questions do come up when you're at the courthouse. And I do more of behind the scenes work at this point, but anytime they have a question, they definitely can reach out and get an answer, or even get my awareness of something that they may need, and I can go and I can make that happen for them.
Well, definitely behind the scenes is important when attorneys have those medical record questions, and they need to speak to someone that is a subject matter expert regarding medical records. It sounds like it's you.
Yes, indeed, that is me. I even help their clients prepare. Clients are lay people, and their injury or their incident or the incident involving their loved one may not have happened yesterday. It may have happened, years ago, within the statute of limitations for them to be able to, and helping them be able to prepare for depositions. Depositions can be nerve wracking for people that have never done them and people that are not attorneys. So, even preparing them for the types of questions that may be asked, and even times when attorneys have to interview their own clients to gather information, sometimes they have to ask those personal questions that are stemming from that medical record and that incident, but the client may not be prepared because they're like, okay, you're an attorney. Aren't you supposed to be handling the legal part? Why are you asking me about how my workers' comp injury, my injury to my back, is affecting, let's say, my intimate life with my partner? You know, they might be like, well, why are you in my business like that? I'm not answering that. But reaching out to a legal nurse consultant, I can sit down with that client and explain to them, you know, why the attorney is asking this question and how their back injury could affect other aspects of their life, which again can help the client and attorney recover more and or settle, you know, before trial time.
Oh yeah, that does sound important for a potential client to know what to expect before they have to testify or have to tell their story. So that sounds like good preparation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you I in your introduction we know that you are an author. Could you tell us a little bit more about that? How that's working for you?
So far, so good. So, my first book that is out is a nurse's guide. So, the nurse's guide is for when a nurse is facing a job loss, and that is from personal experience. I've experienced it twice in my career, and people think that, oh, because you're a nurse, you never can get laid off. I've had two instances where the positions I was in was being eliminated, and so it threw me for a loop the first time. The second time, it was like, get through this and write a book about it, because I'm sure if I've gone through it, somebody else has gone through it as well. So that's the first book, and it's out on Amazon. The second book is for nurse entrepreneurs. Nurses have a wealth of knowledge, and we can really help the world in general, but sometimes we don't know how. And as a nurse by trade and by first profession, I also have a business degree as well. So I'm able to help nurses to find their niche in the world and to really put that out there and make the world a better place and offer services and their expertise, because that expertise is, it's invaluable.
Mhm. Yeah, and someone once told me nurses can do anything. So
This is true.
so could you just hone in the titles for your book, both of your books, if you could just tell everybody what those are, and so they can find them on Amazon.
Okay. The first one is Nurse's Guide, What to Do If You're Laid Off. And the second book that will be coming out this fall, we're setting it up for October. Might have to push it back to November, but I'm shooting for October at some point. But that book is Nurse Entrepreneurship.
All
Very
right.
simple titles.
Very easy. Look them up on Amazon or look up your name as an author. It sounds like they'll find you.
They will find me under KP Jackson
All
on
right.
Amazon.
Excellent. Well, it's wonderful having you today. Now, let me just ask real quick, if an attorney wants to learn more or they need your services, what is the best way that they can reach you?
There's a few ways to reach us. So to reach us, you can reach us at www.conciergelegalnurseconsultants with an S.com, or you can reach us via telephone, the old school way, 505-910-8991, or reach us via email at kpjacksonconsultant. There it is, KP Jackson Legal Nurse Consultant at gmail.com. That is my email address. You will reach me personally. So definitely reach out. If you go over to our website at www.conciergelegalnurseconsultants.com, You can also sign up for my email list, and that email list, I have exclusive content for attorneys as well as nurses, but the content is primarily geared towards attorneys and what we can do for you and your firm. Also, equip you with some tidbits of medical knowledge and other updates as well, and to keep in touch.
Excellent. Well, it's been wonderful having you here, Kimmara. And now the folks know how to get in touch with you when they need a medical record subject matter expert. And
Yes,
thank you for coming. And let's do this again.
sure, definitely, anytime.
All
Thank you,
right.
Lisa.
And thank you, everybody, for watching and being with us today. And tune in for next time for another episode of Should You Take That Case Expert Witness Edition. We'll see you next time.